All right, y'all, let's get in here and let's get it going. Why is, can y'all see me? I feel like not live. Oh, okay, now we go. There we go. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? We'll wait for y'all to jump in here and then we're gonna get into this put a ring on it review. Actually, I'm not really gonna do a review. We are gonna have a conversation. We are gonna discuss the rings, the dates, well, not the dates, the dresses, the proposals. We're going to discuss all that good stuff. So let's just get into all of it. Okay. Put a ring on it. What did we think about, the couples actually, all three of them going through with putting a ring on it? What do we think about that? What do we think about the trying on the dresses and the checking out the rings and what else, y'all? What else happened in this episode? I already told y'all I'm not going to do a review. We're not going to, go scene by scene and talk about what happened. But I am going to open the chat for y'all to join in and be able to, speak on what y'all want to speak on, talk about what y'all want to talk about. And we just going to get it live, okay? We're going to get it real live. So, hi, everybody joining in. What is going on? Let me know you're here. Don't be just quiet in the chat, okay? I see you. I see you. Y'all, I am tired. I had a long day. How's everybody's day going? Did you go to work? Were you home? Are you on lockdown? Working from home? What's the situation like? Um, what do we think about the couples? So we already knew that Shay and what's their name? Shay and Michael was gonna get married. We already knew Shay and Michael because we already had the spoiler over here. We already knew that he was gonna put a ring on it. But do we feel like it's sincere? Do we feel like it's gonna work? Do we feel like they're gonna actually get married? I'm gonna say I don't feel like they're gonna actually get married. I think that her switch up was too fast. Like she accepted being a bonus mom like right away. It was like really weird to me, to be honest. Really weird to me that she like jumped all in when she was just telling them that they could stay in the Airbnb. Like I was like, so what struck me was when she was trying on her wedding dress and she was like, well, somebody's gonna see me in this dress, whether it's him or not. Somebody. I'm just like, girl, you just want to be married so fast, so bad. That's what it seems like. Like you just want the ring, you don't really want the marriage. And remind you guys, there's a big difference between a wedding in a marriage. Okay, just because you have a wedding don't mean that your marriage is going to be good. Okay, just because you put a ring on it don't mean that you won't actually get married. I've seen people been engaged for years and years and years and years and nothing happens. Okay, so let me go ahead and put the link in the chat. Let me copy it, and we're gonna get started. Okay. Y'all there? I see people. I just don't see no comments. Y'all hearing me out there? What's going on? I need to know if y'all comment? Like I don't know what's happening. I feel like I'm talking to myself. I was gonna talk to myself, y'all. We could have did a video. Hi Mia. Hey, what's going on? Okay, hey Tamika. Y'all couldn't hear me? Oh my god, I was talking this whole time and y'all couldn't hear me. What's going on? Just got it. Everybody just got in. I stole this one from this is my husband's background. I stole it, y'all. I stole it tonight. We over here on the brick wall. I might steal it more often. I kind of like this little corner. He be over here gaming or whatever. So I don't know. Did y'all hear anything I just said? My daughter came in here and pressed the button. I guess I was muted. I'm sorry, y'all, if I was muted. But we're gonna get into these this put a ring on it. We're gonna talk about these weddings. We're going to talk about these proposals. We're going to talk about the dresses, The rings. What did we think about Tamika's ring? Even though it was very different, it was what she wanted. Okay, you heard me? Okay, I just wanted to make sure, y'all, because my daughter came over here and pressed the button. I thought maybe I was muted the whole time. Okay. How's everybody's night going? I was like, am I talking to myself? Y'all hearing all? Okay, y'all hear okay. Yeah, so what did y'all think about let's start from Ashley and Kwame. Let's just start from Ashley and Kwame. How did y'all feel about, her actually breaking it off with Kwame? Should she have stayed with him? Should they have tried to make it work? I feel like he was really like, borderline almost loving Ashley. Borderline almost loving Ashley. And based on his tweets and stuff like that he got going on now, it seemed like, he a little hurt. He a little hurt. And, we're going to see, I guess, Hollywood and Kwame go back and forth a little bit and a reunion. So that's going to be something to watch. That's going to be kind of intense. Hey, Mia. Hi, Kim. Hey, sis, what's going on? Oh, yeah, he really loved him some Ashley. I think it's crazy. I'm going to put the link in the chat. As you know, you guys can come in. We can talk about it. Y'all could, state your opinions. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. But, of course, I would love to see your beautiful faces. So it's all up to you. But let's just get into this conversation. So Kwame seemed like he was really upset, but respectful of the fact that Ashley was like, you know what? I'm just going to have to let this go. I feel like Ashley didn't want to let it go. She just seemed so unsure to me this whole episode. Even after she said I do to Hollywood, I didn't like the fact that she said, I'm saying yes to the potential. I feel like after 9 years, we don't need potential. We need a husband, So I don't know how I feel about that whole, I'm saying yes to the potential situation. It just seems like it threw me off a little bit. But I do know that Hollywood loves him some Ashley, okay? I don't know what kind of spell Ashley got, but she got these men out here going crazy. Okay? Kwame still wants Ashley. I think they will get together after the reunion. So you don't think Hollywood and Ashley will actually get married? I don't think Shay and Michael gonna actually get married. That's what I don't. Look, let me tell you something. I just don't see it happening for them. I know they just bought a house. I know like they may live together for a while. I know they may try to make it work, but I cannot see them actually getting married. Okay, and staying married. I think the whole proposal, putting the ring on her finger was just to get her to stop asking for the ring. Like, okay, he solidified it, he settled, he got her, and that's just that. Now she don't have to ask no more. And so she started, pressuring for the wedding. But I feel like I don't even think she's going to pressure for the wedding. I think she just want the ring. I could be wrong. This is just my opinion, though. What y'all think? Hey, Cliff, what's going on? So do y'all think that Michael and Shay gonna last? I am gonna say that when Shay put that dress on, she looks so nice in that dress. I'm not gonna hold you. Her body looked nice. I like that little sheer thing she had going on at the bottom. It was cute. I was really feeling that. I think Hollywood and Ashley might get married, but Kwame might be in the back of Ashley's mind. Okay, listen. I think they're gonna actually get married. I just don't want her to, has doubts. It just seemed like she was doubting it. That's the problem. That's what was like, a little uneasy for me because like I don't want yes to the potential, girl. I want you to say, yes, I got my man. We getting married. We figure this out. We gonna make it work. I don't want the potential. Like, no, not yes to the potential. Okay, no, not that. I'm happy for Hollywood and Ashley too. I am all for, let me just be clear. No matter what Shay, Michael, Vince, Tamika, and Hollywood and Ashley been through, I am all for love, Black love. I am all for people being able, because we're humans, right? So I'm all for, the mistakes that we make, to be able to, get through and work through our issues and go through counseling and heal and be happy. I'm all for that in marriages and relationships. But I just feel like if they feel like they can do it, then let's do it. But I don't think Shay and Michael really have it. Something about them really just throws me off. I know for a fact that Tamika really loves Vince. That looks, you can't deny that. Yep, Hollywood loves Ashley a lot, but the question is, will Hollywood change? Is Hollywood really ready to fully commit, or will he change his mind again? Y'all think Hollywood gonna change his mind again? I don't think he will change his mind again. I think he messed up big time by doing that the first time. And I think that he knows that if he do it again, oh, it's no coming back for real. They do look so good together. I do think they're gonna get married, and I really, really hope that she can let go some of the resentment she have. And I don't want the potential, girl. I don't want, if she jump in here, tell her I don't want the potential. I want the, yes, I got my man. Okay, we're gonna make this work. Okay. I think Hollywood, they look good together. Hollywood is ready. Yes, he's definitely ready. Definitely ready. And let's talk about Tamika's ring. How did y'all feel about Tamika's ring with the pearl in the middle? How'd y'all feel about that? I know it's not traditional, but it kind of threw me off a little bit. I don't know what it was about it that just threw me off, but she loves it, and it was what she wanted. And I think the fact that the men, when they was looking at the rings, they knew exactly what they wanted, what kind of ring they would like. They knew exactly, like, the little ins and outs. Like, the fact that he knew she wanted a pearl in the middle and the little diamonds on the side was so nice, because it's hard for a man to know the type of ring to get the woman if he doesn't really know her. It's different, but I like it. It's definitely different. Tamika's hey Lorenzo. He said that's what she wanted. Right. I love her ring, but I love pearls. Yes. I forgot. Is that her style? I love that he knew what she liked. Right. That's what she wanted. That's why when he gave her the ring, she was like, "Is this the pearl?" And I was like, "Oh," because listen, I don't care how many diamonds, how big a ring is, or whatever the case may be. If it's not the ring you want, if it's not what you got your heart set on, if it's not you, it's not your style, it's gonna be too much. The same thing like when you get a band for a man. You gotta know if a man want a real blinged out band, or if you want a nice solid band. Same thing for women. Some women want just a band, and some women want the big diamonds, and some want a pearl, and some want, something small. So I think it's really important to know what you want. Where's my ring? No, because you're not consistent enough, Lorenzo. Jump in the chat. We haven't heard from you in a while. Right. But I don't think he knows. Is she AKA? I don't know. That's a good question. Tamika's ring. That's a good question. I think so. Who had the best dress? Let's talk about the dresses. Ashley, Tamika, or Shay? Whose dress was the best? I'm going to jump out here and say I love Shay's dress. I love Shay's dress. And then second, Ashley, and then third, Tamika. That's how I'm going to put them in order. It was Shay, Ashley, and then Tamika. Me and Ashley dress was your favorite with the shoulders off? Like, y'all get on my nerve. Y'all get on my nerve. I think I'm definitely gonna, y'all see I ain't even do my eyebrows, y'all. I was not here for it today. The new Married at First Sight is coming soon. Yes, it is definitely. But I don't even know how I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be too long, y'all. It's gonna be too long. Um, Happy New Year's. All right, y'all. Let's go. Let's talk. Adriana is fake. We not talking about ready to love. We talking about put a ring on it. We're not gonna go to Adriana right now, okay? When we talk about Ready to Love, that's the comments you need. We doing Put a Ring on it. We talked about Ready to Love the other night. Then we did like 3 videos on Ready to Love. Let's talk about Put a Ring on it, y'all. On topic. On topic. Jeez Louise. What we talking about? The dresses. Okay, whose dresses? Who y'all like the most? Whose dress was the best? Best dress. Who proposal was the best? I like the fact that we had the family come out for Tamika. I like the fact that Hollywood did like the whole red carpet. But do I feel like that was Ashley? No. I felt like the red carpet was Hollywood. So I don't know if he thought about himself or if he thought about her. It was a weird situation with the whole, proposal. Yes, it was sweet. Yes, it was cute. But was it for Ashley or was it for Hollywood? Vince's proposal was the best. I totally agree with you. It was intimate. It was sweet. It was like, then she turned around. Her family was there. He had the right ring. I don't care. This episode made me like Vince. Okay, I was sitting there like, yes. Okay, he do know his woman. Yes, he do love this girl. Okay. I was like, it made me like him after all the trash talking I did about Vince this season. This episode made me like him. Definitely made me like him. Mish, you still in the chat? Cliff, get out of here. You ain't got to correct nobody. You just want to argue with us, and we don't want to argue with you, okay? We're not here for the debate. Not tonight, okay? We here to discuss. I was about to say married at first sight. Get out of here. Yeah, I'm here. Okay. So, what else? What else went on in this episode, y'all, that I'm trying to think about? I can't. I'm having a whole moment right now, y'all. I can't remember what happened that I wanted to talk about because I didn't take notes for it. January 23rd. Yeah, are y'all ready for the reunion? For this, put a ring on it. Okay, so the fact that we think that Kwame and Hollywood are gonna go at it excites me. Okay, that kind of excites me. The fact that Michael has seen Shay, that excites me. I mean, not Shay, Whitney, because I want to know under what circumstances did they actually, meet up? Like, what was the purpose? All that mess on Put a Ring, it was lame. What do you mean all that mess on Put a Ring on it? It was lame. What you mean? Oh, okay, Mish. Right. What you mean? All the mess on Put a Ring on it was lame. What mess? What you talking about? Come in, talk to us. The night I don't take my notes and I don't have a whole review ready, nobody want to jump in. When I got notes and stuff, everybody be ready. I want to know when Michael saw Whitney after their last supposed date. Yes, and Shay was sharp in that dress. Okay, very sharp. But yeah, I want to know what was the meetup about. Now, y'all can tell me I'm reaching if y'all want to, but I honestly think that they had like some type of little triangle, situation going on. Okay, because I'm pretty sure that Shay gonna be like, oh, I knew about it. Because she just seems like she just want him so bad and she's willing to do or put up with whatever. Or maybe she's just into that type of stuff. Who knows? But I just feel like it could be something. Hey, Lorenzo. All the stated
Microphone check 1 2.
back and forth, just lame to say the least. Hey, Lorenzo. Happy New Year.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Oh, Lord. How's it going?
Everything's okay. Thank you very much. Do you know what? We need to discuss season 10 before season 12 begins. Married at
I'm
first
not
sight.
discussing season 10 of that.
No,
Don't
this
come
is the
in here.
correct time for that.
This is not the correct time. We're not even talking about that show right now. So if we're not
So,
talking about Put a Ring on It, you on the wrong lot.
so wait. Did you say we're talking about Adriana? Okay, let's talk about
No,
Adriana.
that's Ready to Love. We talking about Put a Ring on It. This is for Put a Ring on It, Lorenzo.
Look, to me, Put a Ring on It, Ready to Love, it's all the same thing. It all merges.
Yeah, but we did Ready to Love already twice.
Third time for good luck. It's a new year.
Go ahead. What you got to say about Adriana? And then we moving on because we're not about to turn this into a Ready to Love live.
She's the devil.
Okay, that's nice to know. I'm not doing this tonight, Lorenzo. Not tonight.
No, season 10. We have to talk about season 10. Because you've been mentioning Mika too much. Mika, which Mika?
That's another day. I said Misha.
But which Mika?
What are you talking about, Mika?
No, you were saying Mika.
I said Misha, you still there. That's my sister.
Oh, Misha?
Yes.
Nah, I heard Mika. I want to talk about Mika. Shout out to Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, you hear him in the background.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go.
Okay,
I'm gonna crash your live next time.
Next live. Bye. Can we stick to the topic, y'all? We talking about Put a Ring on It, y'all. Okay. On Live with Whitney, Mike said he wasn't thinking about boundaries while the show was airing. So I think they did have a secret affair on the side. Because remember when he was on a live and he was like, I'm about to go pick her up. They was going to a club. They was going to do something. It just seemed like they have something going on, okay? Like they all in on whatever it is. Like maybe they in a polygamy relationship. Isn't that what it's called, polygamy, when you have like more than one girlfriend at one time? I'm thinking that could just be that. I know I'm probably reaching y'all, but y'all know I love to reach. So this could be that. Maybe. So let's go to this post that I posted. Where is it? Shay seems jealous for all that. She seems too jealous to actually. You think so? You think she's too jealous? But I do know one thing: Kwame not gonna be single for long because the women, after I posted this post up there, y'all was over there like he not gonna be single. Oh, send him my way. I take him. I do this. Did you see the interview between Ashley and the therapist? I posted it on my page. Absolutely. I posted the whole live on my page. The Ashley and Dr. Nicole. I actually reached out to Dr. Nicole to see if I could get her to come up here and answer a few relationship questions for you guys. So I'm waiting for her to get back to me and see, what she say. Hopefully she says yes, so y'all can, get some of that wisdom because she be dropping it. That reminds me, let me go to those comments and see what y'all was saying because y'all, a lot of people really wasn't here for Ashley staying with being with Kwame. I mean, not Kwame, look at that. A lot of people actually wasn't here for Ashley staying with Hollywood. They kept saying like, girl, after 9 years you need to just let it go, he not serious, things like that. And then all of a sudden, now that I guess they're together, it seemed like, hey, everybody is happy. Shay don't want to share my views on stuff. Hey Cliff, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. What's good? You hear me clear?
I can hear you.
Yeah, your chat is a bunch of haters when it comes to Hollywood. They
Why?
see the they see the pretty toy.
Happy.
Nah, they see the pretty toy in Kwame because he's a new thing. But they not realizing she have no history with him. He's going to have his bad just as well as he will have his good. With Hollywood, we see both because that's 9 years. But to say like she's making a mistake is ridiculous in my eyes.
I don't think she's making this mistake.
I don't either, but that's what people are saying.
I think people were just referencing the fact that, like, it shouldn't take you 9 years to realize if you want to be with somebody or not.
But y'all do realize she decided to not get married after he did what he did.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I believe it was 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And this whole, we got to stop with the theory of every man knows he want to marry somebody within 3 months, 6 months, a year. Every man is different. And the brother came on and said why he didn't get married, why he was scared. That's his truth. You know what I'm saying? Now he wound up realizing he could lose her. You know what I'm saying? That she ain't just gonna be there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is before the show. He realized he could lose her and wanted to marry her. So it's not like, oh, he got on the show and realized he wanted to marry this woman. No, we realized from day one he wanted to marry this woman. On the show, I mean. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think Ashley is making a mistake, and it doesn't matter what relationship you're in, you're gonna have issues. Or it's not about a person being perfect. It's about a person being perfect for you and willing to work through issues. Because everybody is not going to go through that rainstorm.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's important.
So let me ask you a question then. So how did you feel about how she said she's saying yes to the potential? Do you think that was a confident yes? Or you think it was just for show?
I don't think it was for show. I don't think she would. I know I heard people saying like maybe she didn't want to embarrass him. Like I heard that, but I don't think she said it for show. I mean, for show. I believe she said yes because she loved him. But in the back of her head, I do feel like she's a little worried. And I even get that when, yeah, and that, you know, something to go wrong. And I even get that when she come in our chat sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But I know she loved that man and that man loves her. Like one thing I try to tell the ladies in here, like I know y'all have y'all women intuition, but just like women know women, men know men. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, he loved that girl.
He
like,
do.
Dudes know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know when another dude is really into a woman for one, being out there ourselves or experiencing and seeing things within male friends, family members, or whatever it may be. So when I say with them two, I just feel like he loved her so much, he almost lost her. He's not trying to do that again. He know he almost lost her. He like, nah, I'm not trying to do that again.
Right.
I just want Ashley to let go some of the hurt. And that's why I be arguing with you guys, because I always say it doesn't matter what let me rephrase that. Not that it doesn't matter, but you gotta let things go if you're gonna move forward.
Right.
And that's the point I be trying to get to everybody. But I'm happy for them. I really am. I was a little nervous watching the show. I guess because I'm used to them now coming in. So I was like, oh, come on. Don't do this to my boy.
After last week, remember last week when they both joined at the end? I was a little unsure. I was like, this is intense.
Nah,
so I didn't know what to expect watching this episode.
that didn't bother me. That didn't bother me. I'm like, all right, they just having a little spat.
No,
but he said, they both said some things.
It felt like they was like, probably didn't make it. I was like, ooh, what's going on?
You know why I felt they made it? I was still a little nervous watching because I don't feel Hollywood will be pumping up where she at and coming to things if they didn't make it. Because I think he'd be crushed.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's why I felt like they made it. I say either they made it or they decided to stay together but not get married. I was like, it was one or the other. But I never thought like they was done. But homie Kwame, I've seen the previews. He need to relax. I'm not really feeling it.
Why do you feel he needs to relax though? I think he's been respectful the whole time.
No, he was not respectful. You don't kiss another man, woman. Like, what you mean? And I meant to bring that. Oh, I was going back and forth with y'all so much. I meant to bring that up last week, especially when everybody was talking about the slick comments that Hollywood, would say to a girl about the way she looked, but nobody said anything about her kissing homeboy or her letting. Let me rephrase that: her letting homeboy kiss him and not checking him. That's not being respectful. So like, that's not being respectful.
We didn't say nothing about it. We sat there and was like, ooh.
I just felt like for him to do that was disrespectful. And I was a little disappointed she didn't check him, but who knows what we didn't see. You know what I'm saying? But they made it seem like it was okay watching it. But like, if I'm Hollywood, I'll be a little tight.
I think he was tight. You know Hollywood was tight.
And then if you watching like the little previews, he's talking like she should be with him. It's like, homie, y'all went on a few dates. I don't know what was y'all phone conversations, whatever it may be, but she got 9 years with this man. Like, go get another chick. You popping in these streets. Go get another chick. You on TV. You good. Lead them two alone.
But you can't see, that's the thing about this show that kind of just makes me feel uneasy about the whole experience, because you're literally inviting someone else into your relationship to possibly take your, just partner away.
Nah, you are.
And I honestly believe that Ashley was catching feelings. There was nothing about that. Even when she was sitting on the couch next to him, she didn't even want to tell him she had to bring it up. She was rubbing on his arm, and I was like, "Ooh, she don't want to let this go."
Nah, I peep game. I understand she was feeling him, and she said it. She said it there, like she would be in a relationship with him. You know what I'm saying?
But she's in a relationship.
She's in a relationship, and my thing is that once homegirl says she's in a relationship, son, and she made her decision, son should have fell back.
You don't think he should have said
before I mute myself? I realized something by watching these streams over. Anytime I'm in here, have everybody mute themselves when I'm talking, because then it'll echo.
You the echo.
I understand that, but if y'all mute yourself, I won't echo. I done changed different devices. I'm just saying, if my thing, I hear the feedback, and there's nothing I can do. I done changed devices, so I don't know what's the problem. But I'm gonna let Joyce speak.
Hey Joyce, Happy New Year's.
Well, hello, and I was unmuting Cliff.
Right here, we ain't giving out directions or whatever.
Right. We gotta love him, okay? But actually, I'm going to say that I kind of agree with him tonight.
Me too. I'm stuck with words. I can't even argue back.
Yeah, I was really gone over the pineapples and the kisses, and I just didn't. You know how we were discussing who was gonna kiss somebody first. I never thought it would be Ashley.
Girl, we never said Ashley. Never, not one time.
No. So it really caught me off guard, and I was like, well, now I thought she was up on her game a little better than that to fall for that close your eyes trick.
But was it really a kiss though, or was it like a pineapple exchange? Okay. Was it really a kiss? Like, it wasn't like,
if your lips touching, this kissing.
You think she knew that's what he was going to do?
See, now I don't know, because he might have caught her off guard, but then I think she like poured salt in the open wound when she came back on eating pineapples. Not
on the live, right? When she was talking to Dr. Nicole.
Not cool. So I was kind of crying tears with Hollywood. I was feeling him.
You was like, oh
no. Yeah, I had to take a mind break because I couldn't believe what I was seeing transpiring before my eyes. And so I was like, okay, is Hollywood and Ashley gonna make it? I was pulling for them, and so it was quite surprising. But I kind of felt that she really was catching some feelings toward Kwame, and so he's, to me, when whether it was a kiss or exchanging of pineapples, you were too close in her personal space for someone that is involved with someone else. And so it was a date, but you also knew that it was a trial date because she already had a man. So you was a little bit in a personal space.
I think he knew what he wanted and he had to go get it. Hey, Tiffy, you know what I mean? Happy New Year.
Yeah.
It's like you only got one shot, so I need to shoot it now type of situation. That's what I got.
Yeah. But I think too that, during the process, everything that was going on, that the women that were dating as well as the men, they should also be prepared for the fallout. The repercussions, because if you've been together 9 years and now you're dating someone else, and you want to really experience the process, you could actually start feeling something for that other person, or they could really start feeling something for you. So,
and I think that's what happened.
Be careful. Yeah, so you have to be careful. She might got a new stalker or something,
Well, I mean, not gonna be stalking her, but he's definitely probably I know he'd be like popping up in the comments on her lives and stuff.
Interesting.
Interesting. And you saw, I don't know if you saw it, but did you see the post that I put on my community post where he posted, he was like, he may be good for your image, but I'm good for your soul.
Oh, see,
you didn't see it?
This what happens with pineapple exchanges.
It's the pineapple exchange for me. Hey, Ellie. Hey, girl. Happy New Year's. What about Tamika and let's not do Tamika and Vince yet. Let's do Michael and Shay. Y'all, the chat is open if y'all want to join in. We just have an open discussion. I'm not really reviewing it tonight. We just talking.
Chloe.
Yeah.
Questions. So let me ask you this. If it was reversed and one of the ladies who like Hollywood was acting like Kwame, don't you think people would be in an uproar and calling her a homewrecker?
This is a double standard for me. I can't even knock you, Cliff, because you are absolutely right. I don't know why we are built like this, but we are. And if it was Whitley doing that, well, not really, because if it was Whitley, we'll be like, he needs to leave her. So it'll be a different situation. But I do understand what you're saying. It would be like, oh my God, she's a home wrecker. She's trying to break up a happy home. But I see it like this. This is the experiment. If the home not happy and somebody can break it up, then hey, it is what it is. He didn't break it up.
No, but my point is, she made her decision. Why do you keep interjecting? I could see when it was just going on their dates, him doing what he do. I get that. She made the decision. Game over. You lost. But he like being a simp and putting out all these little messages and things of that nature. Like, homie, be easy. She chose. She ain't choose you.
Tiffany said that.
And this is how people get hurt. Because you start. That's you play with certain people, you get yourself hurt. And I don't think Hollywood is to be played with.
I don't think anything is to be played with when they come play
I don't want them brothers fighting over anything, but people don't play about their women. As much as like I don't agree with that, and wilding out is a bunch of people in the grave over stuff like that.
A whole lot of people on Snap
I'm just
right
being
now.
honest, and it's like he's looking to marry this woman. He's not just dating; he's looking to marry this woman. It's like, fall back. I get it. Y'all had y'all little connection, but she didn't choose you. You know, the women love you in these streets. You look like Jimmy and Jay Uso. You can find somebody.
What?
These wrestlers. Look them up. Jimmy and Jay Uso. He look just like them. I swear for God. They twin brothers. Look it up. I'm telling you. Watch. You're going to be like, God damn.
Did I do what? What?
Well, do you think also that, and I would say Cliff from a man's point of view, I kind of thought that once Kwame did what he did with the pineapples and all in her personal space, even if you know Hollywood could get past that, do you think somewhere in the future that may come up again to bite Ashley?
It depends on the type of person Hollywood is. If he's the type that will bring it up, or is he the type to let it go when he said it's, you know, it's done. And as long as she's not playing into Kwame, I don't think it should be a problem for him. You know what I'm saying? Because he can't. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Cliff.
She can't control what he posts and what he say, but she can control her actions and interacting with him. So my thing is, as long as she don't do that, they should be good. I don't think Hollywood is going to throw it in her face, especially if they get married.
Well, I kind of think that, well, I know with my young men in life, I have a lot of grown adult men. That is grandsons and sons. But and even in future relationship or past relationships, should I say, that men don't like it when other men, you know, it's like when you were a kid and you got your favorite truck in the yard and one of your friends come over, you will let them play with all the trucks except for that one special one that you got. You don't want anybody touching that. And so I feel like men are kind of like that about, you know, about their women. And some about when you play with that truck, and it doesn't mean the same to them anymore. Now, you know, somebody else played with it and it's not that special truck anymore. So not calling Ashley a truck, but I'm saying men are like that, you know, when it comes to things that belong to them that they hold dear and precious. You know, you might have that special thing that you absolutely don't want anybody else to touch. You can look at it, but don't touch it. So I'm kind of thinking about, you know, what, you know, whether it was an exchange, it was the appearance thereof. And so I think it's going to take a little work to get beyond that, the pineapple exchange / maybe kiss.
Only reason why I don't think so is because he made mistakes in the past. That's another reason.
That's a good point.
And I know he don't like the fact that she feel hurt by the things he do. So I don't see him going tit for tat and trying to hurt her with it. You know, it obviously it bothered him because he said it on your live.
Yeah, he said it last week.
Right, and she kind of cut him when he was talking. So I was like, okay, that's a sore subject. Let's keep it moving. You know, that's really where it really got intense. But I just don't see him, like, he feel away. He's happy because she, you know, he's getting what he wants. He got his woman. He wants to marry her. He love her. So I just don't see him holding it over her head like that. Now, I could be wrong. She know him better than me. When she could say how she feel, but I don't think he's going to do that. I think that'll be wild to do. That'll be crazy, especially going through what he had to go through with her to get to this point. I think they should just bury all of that. That's just how I look at it.
I think they can bury it. You know how they say the saying that love is just not enough. I think that for them, love could be enough if they can move past the hurt. If Ashley could move past the hurt, they can really, really, you know, I think they could be a power couple, but I also feel as though if she doesn't move past her, I'm going to keep saying this, it really bothered me when she said, I'm saying yes to the potential. When a woman says yes to the man that she's going to be married to and have children with and spend the rest of her life with, you don't think about the potential of what my husband could be. You want to say, I'm saying yes to this man, okay? He's gonna be my protector, my provider, the father of my children, or whatever the case may be. So that really just made me feel, oh, like why not the potential, Ashley, not the potential, because like what potential of what? What is the potential of that? I need to know. I need to know what that is.
I put your girl on timeout. I had to do it.
Oh,
I've been wanting to do it so bad. I've been wanting to do it so bad. Who else but Tiffy?
You better not put Tiffy on timeout.
I already did. See, like, I ain't kick her out. I've been waiting to do that.
You better not have Tiffy get in here, join the live. I don't know why he's putting you on timeout. I'm about to be getting on right now. So you can't do that. You can't do that. He petty. I'm about to take the ranch. That's it.
And I will put you on timeout and everybody else's live. You take my ranch.
Whatever. I need Tiffy to join in because Cliff got me messed up tonight. Cliff, take her out of
timeout. It's 10 minutes. She'll be all right. It's 10 minutes. She'll live.
Oh my God. I'm about to give Tiffy a wrench so you can't pull her in timeout no more.
You better not give her no wrench and you ain't give Lorenzo no wrench. You better not. I will leave this channel. And Lorenzo ain't got no wrench. You done lost your mind.
No, Lorenzo be up here trolling.
Nope, because he's a mod on Talisa. He don't act up. Give my boy his wrench. He been here before all of them.
Thanks, Ellie, for the
he got a wrench.
I meant to say that, but
and Lorenzo don't. And he been here first. That ain't right.
All right, moving on. Joyce, what you was about to say?
No, ain't no moving on. You petty.
Joyce?
Hey, I'm still here.
Oh, you was about to say something? No? Okay.
I couldn't hear you, Chloe. What did you say?
Oh, there she go. Look, there she go. Hey, Tiff girl. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everybody. Except for Cliff.
Hi, Timmy.
Hey, Joyce. Glad to see you back. I'm gonna get my wrench soon. That's petty. I was not.
No, you don't deserve a wrench. You don't. You only been here for like a day. You don't deserve a wrench. Only person deserve a wrench is Lorenzo, not you.
Nah, I be keeping people in order. You know, I come to stir the pot a little bit.
You cause all hell over here.
No, I be keeping it 100. That's what I do. Thank you. No, yeah, but I wanted to hold my comments until I see the reunion because, again, like I said, I'm not an accountant, but the math is not mathing today. It's not. Why is this struggle love on my screen? I like it.
It did seem like they all were struggling to be together, right?
Yes, love is not a battlefield. That was in 2009. Love is no longer a battlefield. What's happening? That's not true. I feel like a lot of them said yes to the ring, and potentially the only ones that would make it is Shay and Michael, because the only one that I've seen that has made the most improvement is Shay and Michael, because Ashley just said potential. That was the nail in the coffin, potential. And for Tamika and Vince, they haven't resolved. He hasn't been taking accountability for nothing. They haven't resolved that. Unless it was all an act, then it's not adding up for me. It's not adding up for me. They never resolved any of that. So, the only ones that I think that will make it is Shay and Michael, because they can at least compromise. But everybody else, they struggling today. Come on, get on off the bus.
So you don't think that Shay just said yes to the ring and that's yes to the child just to get the ring?
I think that she had to compromise and be like, okay, I'm going to have to actually take care of your son. But that's only if you're actually willing to commit to me. So they both had to compromise. Michael with his commitment issues and Shay with her wanting to live a single lifestyle.
This is why I like talking to y'all, because everybody always got some different points of view, and I be saying like, now I'm confused.
Now you see why I put her on timeout, right? You hear the nonsense?
Because she did make a valid point with that they had the most change. You saw them evolve the most through the whole season. That's a valid point.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think so.
I mean, Vince and Tamika, nothing has changed. I think she's just decided she's gonna have to deal with him. But the thing is that with people like that who's not taking accountability, there's always going to be another story after another. You know, he's going to find different ways to gaslight your feelings, and he's just going to keep cheating. I don't care. We saw the ring that he gave her. Okay, whatever. You know, I'm not going to comment on that, but it's unconventional, and their relationship is going to be unconventional too. So I don't know. I think she literally just said yes because she wants a ring. And then Ashley said yes because, you know, she's too deep in the hole by now. But quite honestly, you know, I thought she was gonna say no, because she was saying good stuff like love might not be enough, and you know, she doesn't have to be with Kwame, she can just be single. And I feel like I agree with Kenya K when she said, what did she say? She said, that Hollywood is just trying to pull out the stops because he sees that Ashley is running away, like she's almost leaving the relationship. So it's like, no, you shouldn't do it because of you see her leaving the relationship. You should do it because you want y'all to work together, not because you don't want to see her with another man. That's about you. That's not about her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me wait till the reunion because I don't know what's going on here.
It's gonna be lit in the reunion, though. I'm gonna tell you that. Franny said, "What's the hood ring?"
The hood? What?
You said a hood ring, right? Oh, Franny said, "What's the hood ring?"
Hood ring? Okay, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say it's different. It's different.
I'm gonna say that it was different too, because when I was looking at it, I was like, chicken and rice. Oh, when I was looking at it, I was like, I don't know how I feel about it, but it's not my ring, and it's her ring, what she wanted, and he got it for her. So at the end of the day, it don't matter. But it wasn't my ring. I'm just gonna just say that, and say that.
See, that's the problem. Don't judge the ring. He knew what she liked. If she wanted cubic zirconia, and that's what he got her, that's what it is. He got her what she wanted. It wasn't about him. It's about what he even said, I'm gonna throw diamonds in there on the side. She would have been happy if it was just pearl.
Okay, it was a pearl and something. I don't know. I'm not gonna say nothing about the ring because it's not mine. But I'm just saying, you know, a lot of people say how much the man spends on a ring shows how much he has commitment to you. I'm not gonna say all that. It don't look like, it just looks like he wants to shut her up and kind of like trap her into this toxic relationship. That relationship is so toxic, they need to let it go. Come on, that's all I'm saying. Let it go.
I'm a strong believer that you can move and work through anything if you really want to. And I want to just say, I think he possibly could have changed. Y'all let me know. Y'all think Vince is a changed man? Y'all think he's a changed man? Or y'all still, because even when, what's her name? Shay asked her, like, but do you trust him though? Or can you trust him? And she still seemed like she wasn't too sure about it. It's just like, oh my God, all these questions going into these marriages is not good if you can't answer them straightforward.
Right. And
they both said, go ahead, Tiffy.
I would say the only way you'd be able to protect yourself in that situation before jumping into a marriage and tying up your finances is have yourself a long engagement, figure it out. And if you're having problems, like, you don't have to live together, because how they're acting while they're single, they're going to act like that while y'all are married. So y'all better figure it out, because if he hasn't changed by now, when you're married, it's going to be harder to leave.
I totally agree with you, Tiffy. Totally. So a lot of people seem to think that Vince did not change. Oh my God, y'all. Okay, so like, we happy for Vincent or are we not? Like, where are we leaning at with this situation? Because I know when I had posted the video of Shay, I keep saying Shay, of Tamika and Vince, video, when I'm like, congratulations to them. People were like, no, why would you do that? No. And I'm just like, dang, was it that bad? I mean, did we not see it at all?
There's a bunch of haters. That's all I see is a bunch of haters. Like, let them people be happy. Like, listen, we also gotta remember there's a lot of stuff we didn't see. There could have been growth from everybody that we didn't see. And listening to them, I heard them say that a lot of stuff was cut. But even if it isn't, that's who they want to be with it. God bless them. Let them do their thing. Like, but all this hate, listen, if somebody said they get married, I hope it work out. Like, you ain't got to date the man, so what does it matter?
I would not let my friend into a toxic relationship like that. I would rather lose a friend than let her stay in a toxic relationship, because you're gonna be crying to me, wasting my time over this guy who's been cheating on you all. Girl, leave my door. I told you, don't come here.
Right.
And then see, that's Tiffy. I don't know who raised you. I really don't.
Tiffy got voice though. Don't nobody.
No.
I tell you,
Listen.
don't do it. You do it. Don't come crying to me.
Chloe, I'm pretty sure you done called your sister about things she probably warned you against in the past, or whether it was with Al or whatever it may be, that you came crying to her about, that she said, didn't I tell you don't this, or a friend, but you still did what you wanted to do, and she was still there for you. That's
my sister.
Friends,
she better be.
But friends, but your friends is supposed
Right.
to be like extended family. Friends are supposed to be like extended family. Like, you're not always going to agree with their decisions. I have a friend that's out in these streets. I don't agree with all his decisions. I see certain ways of how he moving. I'm like, that ain't it. But that's my man. Do your one too. I'm just gonna be there and like, okay, cool. And when he asks me advice, I'm gonna tell him. But I'm not gonna be like, see, I told you so, or whatever, or knock them when they down. Like, you gotta come to that conclusion.
I just say, do what you want to do. That's why I just stopped giving out my advice to friends in general, because you don't want to get to a point where you seem judgmental and stuff like that. I just be like, do what you want to do, girl. I'm here for you, whatever. I ain't even got time to go through the emotion.
See, what I learned is that you can't go to every friend for advice, especially when it comes to your relationship, because some people are going to ride with you. Like, I think from listening to Tiffy seemed like the friend, and I'm not knocking it, that's gonna ride with you because you her girl. No matter what, she gonna ride with you. That ain't me. Cliff is the friend you call. If you want to know you wrong, call Cliff. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it a
Cliff, I don't know why you making me agree with you tonight.
Joyce, don't do that.
We did have some good points tonight, Joyce. Man, you was up here.
He got another point.
First and foremost, CBL have great points every night. Let's get that straight. It depends on when y'all decide to listen, when y'all agree. But my points is always right.
Oh Lord.
Okay. But here's the thing. There's a difference, right? I agree with Franny in this instance. Like, I will ride for my friend, but I'm not going to be in a situation where misery loves company. If you want to choose toxicity, I'm gonna go ahead and take a step or two back, because you're not bringing me with that. I like to keep it happy in my camp. But also, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. That's the kind of friend I am. Now, if he messed up, girl, pull up the car. Let's go. Where we going? We're going to pull up and we're going to make it right. But, that's what I'm saying.
The one thing, Tiffy, and I learned this, I have a friend, she's married. When she first got married, me, her family, all the friends, no. Throughout the early years of the marriage. No. I'm surprised. Everybody's surprised that they would last a year or two, right?
Right.
They like, what, 15, 16 years in?
Jeez.
They something deep, but they learned to get through all those crazy obstacles. Because they had some wild ones. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what a person's journey is. So with Tamika and what's homeboy name?
Vince.
You know, maybe this is their little rough patch and they're gonna get better. Same thing with everybody else on the show. It might get better as time go on because you get to know each other, y'all get comfortable, you learn what to deal with, what not to deal with, what not to, you know, how not to provoke your partner. So they might get better with time.
Well, I think that every couple has to definitely know the person they're with, and you have to really learn their language. And so if you're not around them or spending time seeing the good with the bad, but just like Tiffany said, now as we were saying about friends who choose to continue to turn a blind eye to a flag that you see. If you see something wrong and you think that in the marriage later you're going to fix that, you're absolutely wrong, because the thing that's broken will generally become even larger.
Right.
And when it comes to, you know, friendships and friends that you may have that are married, I know I don't intervene in married couple situations, because a lot of times you find that if you give your opinion or thought about one or the other, sooner or later they find their way back together, but now you're in a mess with one or the other because that person thinks, well, now you don't like their mate, or you don't like, you know, if you take a side. So I don't have sidebar conversations with married couples. If it's not a conversation with you both, I don't want to entertain a one-sided conversation, because there's two sides to every story. And so
you better talk, Joyce.
So, you know, when people say they're counseling couples, those couples, just like these couples are doing, they should be in counseling together. So the one-on-one, it just leaves too much way for a one-sided situation. And then you've got more information about one out of the presence of the other, which causes a problem. So I think they can make it as long as they work together.
I think any couple can make it if they really want to. But you got to put in the work, and you got to be willing to compromise and change. If you're not willing to compromise and change, then it can't work. I think, like, if you get over whatever it is you're going through or whatever you went through, and you truly forgive and move forward and you want to be happy, you can do it. But it can't be a repeated cycle where it just keeps happening and you keep trying to figure it out. Like, at some point, you got to say, are we doing this or are we not? Because I can't do this anymore if it's going to be like this. You know what I mean?
And with also, Hollywood and Ashley right now, I think that they have both learned that even being together for 9 years, there is still the possibility that one or the other's interest could change. So don't continue to take that relationship for granted by thinking you can leave it on the level that it is and not taking it to the next step. Because it's just like a new bike. If you leave it outside and you don't ride it or you don't treat it well, sooner or later somebody's looking at that bike and come along and take it. So
let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that this whole experiment, when it comes to marrying, Jesus, when it comes to dating other people, was actually a good experiment? Or do you think that is was pointless? Hey, Missy, what y'all think?
I think it was useful, but also at the same time, I feel like the only ones that benefited from it was Michael and Shay, because, you know, Ashley should have been left and Tamika should have been left. But since they stayed, it's like, okay, either you're going to continue doing therapy, and then you're going to, you know, come to a decision later on. So it's just like a temporary yes. It's not like a solid yes where you're definitely going to get married. So I feel like if you are walking into a maybe or sorta or, you know, potential, you shouldn't have walked into it. So it is a good experiment, but I feel like they didn't do enough of digging, because, you know, once you're in for a bit of time, it's harder to let go.
This is true. The longer you in, the harder it is to let it go.
Tiffy, I got a question for you. Being that you said you don't feel like Ashley and Hollywood should have stayed together, and I'm guessing because of Hollywood. being that he's been in this chat a good amount of time, we got to hear his side. What is it that he said that makes you feel like he's not going to put in the effort to make the marriage work?
It's not even that. My thing is that I don't think he's in a space where he is ready to be married. Like he said originally, like he needed to just the language that he has around it, that he's in it, and seeing him switch a lot of the times he's in it. And then especially near the end, he was so focused on Kwame rather than being focused on Ashley that I don't think that he's doing it for her. I think he's doing it for himself so that he doesn't lose her. I don't honestly think that this is a step that he is ready to take or even wants to take fully, because then he would have used the experience to reflect on himself rather than getting jealous of another guy and spending so much time thinking and, basically shooting himself in the foot, to be honest. So I don't think that he's doing it for her. I think he's doing it for himself.
You don't feel that's logical to be a little upset that your mate is with another person when you want to spend the rest of your life with them?
I think, it's like Ashley said, it is the experiment. You are in an experience. You signed up for this. It's not like she's stepping out on your relationship. And also kind of taking into account as well what he was saying and what Ashley brought up as well, that, he said if he had someone who was similar to Ashley, he would have left. And he even said multiple times, it's like, yo, dude, if you're not going to say anything to help you, don't say anything at all, because you keep on saying things that take you steps backwards. And so even when Ashley said she thinks that, they took steps backwards the last couple of days rather than taking steps forward, I'm confused as to why she said yes. Because if y'all took steps backwards, you're clearly seeing that, you're getting closer and closer to the door. So, girl, just swivel your heel and open the door and go.
Well, I think that when she was saying that she felt things were going backwards, and yes, I had some reluctance about her saying yes, but I think that the process and the experience that they had in the dating part, like I said, I think it opened up both of their eyes to some things they may have been taking for granted about each other, and just assuming Hollywood's not going anywhere or Ashley's not going to go anywhere. You can get so complacent with someone and comfortable until you lose sight that you are not the only one looking at that person, or you're not the only one who wants to be with them. So I think it was good for her self-esteem as well, as a woman, to be able to know that, because she's been with Hollywood for 9 years. I mean, I'm sure she hasn't dated anybody else or been out on a date. And why not when she was actually single? She wasn't married. So I think that experience may have been good for her to, and hopefully they won't prolong, whatever the final intentions are, because 9 years is already way too long to get someone, and you've tied yourself down for 9 years. Not, just, it may have been some cheating somewhere behind the door, but not really being able to open up and give the thought of actually having a relationship with someone else, because you're already pretty much in marriage mode with this person you're with for 9 years. So I think this was really good for both of them.
I think this whole experiment has its pros and its cons, because it's like it can make you miss that person when you realize what you're missing, when you don't have that in the people that you're dating. But it can also help you realize what that person isn't giving you. And I think that may be also good, because then it can help you clarify what it is exactly that you want once you can identify it and be able to express that to your partner. Like, listen, this is what I need, because now you know what it is that you're missing. So I think it can work, but I'm not bringing nobody into my relationship that's already messed up. Nope. Nope.
But do you think too, when we were talking like about with Shay and Michael, Vincent, Tamika, I think as I watched the show and as we progressed, I found that one of the situations, and a lot of times today, women don't recognize their worth. And I could say the same for men, but I'm going to speak for the female side. Sometimes you don't really know your value in a relationship. And so you find yourself going to some extremes to hold on to something that may not be good for you. Okay. Tamika, Vince, Shay, Mike, they found the medium, want to compromise, but why do you have to change? Because she was dead set about this kid thing. Why did she, I wonder why she felt she had to, or she chose to make the decision to, okay, we can compromise or we can come together on some agreement about your son. Point blank one, you said, you weren't interested in that part of the relationship. Mm-hmm. And so now to make that change, I don't know. I'm not too sure about all that right there. It's like, I still feel some kind of way about Shay because I don't think that she was really being honest and truthful. And I think she just did what she did to keep Michael. And I think that somewhere down the line, that same person is going to show back up because that person is still there. Now you want to talk about kids, but this was not the conversation in the beginning. I take a person at face value. What you show me, I'm going to believe. Okay.
Right.
And it's going to take a lot of convincing for you to make me think that you have changed overnight, in a week, in a month, in a year. Okay. Because I really believe that when you show somebody your real self, how are you going to just change that up, so you can get a ring. Okay.
I don't like this concept of I want to get a ring. You know what I mean? Because the ring isn't what it's all about. I don't know why we put so much emphasis on this ring as if that ring means anything. If the ring means nothing if you never get married, the ring means nothing if you're still going to cheat. The ring means nothing if you're still going to, y'all still not really happy. So, like, I don't know what it is with the ring that we women, a lot of women are so obsessed about that. Don't get me wrong. I love my ring. I want a nice ring. And in another couple of years, I want a different ring. Keep upgrading as the love grow. But that's a different story. But what I'm saying is, I just think that, like, when Shay was putting on her dress, she was like, they was like, oh, you look so pretty. And she was just like, I want to wear this dress, whether it's for him or not. So it's like, then it holds no value. Are we focused more on the wedding or are we focused on the marriage? Like I told you earlier, marriage and wedding are two totally different things. If you put all your energy on a wedding and none in the marriage, you ain't going nowhere. It's pointless.
Right. And I think that also plays with what Joyce was saying, that, there comes this idealization of marriage and of wedding and just the whole fairy tale thing. And that's mostly media's fault. That's what they tell women, your whole entire life, you're supposed to wait to get married. I'm sorry, you're supposed to rush to get married. And that's part of the reason why, like, I think it's good for people to take their time in dating and getting to know these people. So to answer Franny's question, no, I'm not married yet. But at the same time, you want to know these people very well, because if you value yourself, you'll choose the right person. But if you don't have enough self-worth, and I'm not saying that any of these women don't, I'm just saying, you'll put up with some mess, you'll bring down your standards, and then you'll just marry whoever. And then you'll find years later down the road, maybe 1 month or a couple months into your marriage, that the same person and the same issues that you had when you were dating are there. And maybe they may have gotten more bold because you're really not going anywhere now. They've given you the fairy tale wedding, you've gotten the fairy tale marriage, and now, they're going to treat you anyhow. You need to be valued first before you jump into marriage. You need to value yourself before you jump into a committed relationship. You know what I'm saying? And so I think the process was good for the women, but I think the only one that really grew, as we can see up into the point of decision day, was Shay, because she made major compromises. And I think, to speak to what Joy was saying, a lot of the changes that she made was because, she values Michael, and she realized that I cannot have Michael if I do not want to have his son. Whereas, that's just a compromise she had to make, but I can't say the same for other people. I think if they really value themselves enough, maybe they'll wait and save face for TV and say yes in public, and then privately give that ring back, separate for a bit, date out a bit, and then see if you want to come back together. Because if they can have a true separation for a bit, they can figure out who they are on their own. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting lost in this relationship and this marriage engagement idea.
So I'm trying to understand this. So if we had a bet on who would last, we betting on Shay and whatever his name, Michael. That would who everybody would go with over the other two couples.
I think you know what? It's kind of hard because I want them all to last. Let's just make that very clear. I do want them all to last, but I feel as though even though Shay says she's willing to, accept the son and stuff like that, I think it just happened too fast. Like the whole accepting process to be with him, she was very unresponsive. Like the comment she made about the son in the beginning was so like she almost gave him an ultimatum to choose her over the son. You can't put someone in that situation and then the next day be like, you know what? I changed my mind. He could come live with us because I want you, so then I want him. Because you got to think about this. He's an older child. But let's just say, for instance, when it comes to these young kids who go into these, live with their parents and they got girlfriends and boyfriends and they, mistreat the children. Good thing he's not a baby, but like, come on, you gotta be really cautious when it comes to your children. And I don't play those games with my kids, so I know for a fact that once you tell me you don't want my son or my daughter around, it's a no-go from there. There is no conversation after that. So that's why I feel like this whole situation they got going on is BS. And I don't think they're gonna actually make it and be happy, especially if the son's around.
I think so too, Chloe. I think you're absolutely right. I think they're heading into this, but it probably won't be a lasting thing. Now, and I know that a lot of people are rooting, for Hollywood and Ashley, and I myself, I really hope that they will have a long, happy life together. But we also know that there's a reaping and sowing process. And for 9 years, you have been sowing into a 9-year uncommitted marital relationship. So now you guys got to figure out past that, if you get down the aisle, how to leave all that mess behind and start clear with the future. So yeah, I think it's going to take some work. And, like I said, then you were saying, it's a difference between a wedding and a marriage. A lot of girls get excited because they get the dress, the card, and invited 5,000 people. And knowing all the time you have some flags or issues that you're thinking this is not right. But as it continues on, I think a lot of times marriage happens under pressure because we don't do the homework. We don't take the time to learn each other. We don't, it's the ring. When you put the ring on it, we just figure, okay, the deal is sealed and we're going to move on regardless of what happens. Because sometimes even during that time, flags arrive before the guests get into church, all of that. But they're so excited about that ring being on the finger, then anything else that happened has gone out the window. I love you so much, and we're going to get to the church on time.
Right. Exactly. The ring is not magic. I don't know. That's why, whose comment was it, yours, Alyssa, when you said they should have had them get married at the end, forget the ring. Either you in all the way in or you not. We don't want no daggone ring. We want a marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, forget to put a ring on it. We've been in these relationships for 9, 10 years, going on 12, had 5 kids, and we still asking you to put a ring on it. No, let's do this or not.
That's true. Joyce hit it on the head. This is probably like one of the last things I say, but Joyce hit it on the head. I think a major issue why they can't separate is because they're having a hard time separating is because they've basically been married all these years. Y'all living together. Y'all doing grown folk business, like y'all are married. And so it's going to be hard for you to leave. But listen, this is the time to go, okay? There's no paper involved. Break your lease, move out, go figure out who you are. You don't have to choose one person from the show. Multi-date if you want to, but just figure it out on your own because listen, you guys have been living in a marriage. I agree with Joyce. Your marriage is not going to change just because you have a ring on it. It might get worse. It's going to be in a pressure cooker, especially the first 2 years. So it's just looking like struggle. Ooh, it's giving me, I need to drink some water or something because my heart is hurting for these folks. Y'all running around. You shouldn't be running all this business just to be in love. It's not worth it. Just stay friends. I mean,
sometimes you gotta fight for love, Tiffy. Love isn't easy because we're human. So we all have different personalities, different perspectives, different things. But you gotta work through it. It's gonna be love can be a struggle, but it shouldn't be to the point where you just completely miserable and unhappy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you've been married basically for how many years y'all been together, living like married folk. If you're struggling this much, what makes you think that a ring, a dress, and a paper is going to change it? That's not going to change a person. It might change how you handle things because you're going to be more complacent now. Oh, girl, I got my ring. I don't want to look like a fool now. Girl, give him the ring, or if you're frantic, keep the ring and move to a different city. But if you want the ring so bad, buy yourself a ring. Get yourself a promise ring if you like. And then go figure it out on your own because what's going to change? Is the ring, is it magic? Is it a potion? Is it a love potion? Is it a wandering eye cure potion? No, he's going to keep cheating, keep lying, keep acting anyhow and changing their mind, you know? So if they haven't changed in the process, they haven't changed over this many years, what's the catalyst? It's not the ring, it's not the wedding.
Chloe.
Yes.
You're married, right? You're married. Yes. I remember you saying it took y'all a while to get married. So what led y'all to get married? Because I think you said 5, 7, something like that years. Y'all was together before y'all got married.
All right, so okay, well, this is how my story, it may be a little different compared to a lot of other people's story because I'm 31. So when I met my husband, we dated for we literally dated, got pregnant, moved in together within our first year, right? So we went through a lot of things because I was 22. He was 23 when we first met, so we were really young. So I went through the process of learning, like figuring me out. He went through the process of figuring himself out. Then we had to learn each other because we just figured out who we were. We had a new baby. We had a lot of things. So I think that just came with age and time. We went through a lot of different trials, tribulations, all types of stuff. But like I said, you have to be willing to put in the work to get the results out of it. But I'm not about to be now, God forbid, and I'm not even going to say that, but if for any reason it would never work out between me and him and we went down that path, at 32-year-old Chloe is not about to put myself in that same situation that 22-year-old Chloe did. You know what I mean? So I feel like it depends on where you are in life. When you get to a certain age, you don't have those time to play these games. You should know who you are. You should know what you want. You should expect nothing less. So I think how old was Ashley? I think they're all in like their 30s or something like that, and they've been together for a long time.
I believe Ashley is either 38 or 39, something like that.
Exactly. 38, 39. That means she's been with that man since she was 30 years old. She knew who she was. She figured herself out. He figured himself out to a certain extent, so where they know what they want, what they don't want. No one's about to be 40 years old playing no games talking about so you want to get married or you don't. Like, come on, we need to get this together now.
Well, that's interesting too. And you're absolutely right. At the age that they are, and that is one point I saw that Ashley was excited. So was Shay. The ladies were excited about dating someone else, whether they say, I wasn't all in, but they were, because guess what? They all have given up a significant time of generally the best years in a woman's life, some of the best years, because your 20s, 30s, you really want to find that person, and in your 30s you want to actually know who that person is, be in your space, the level that you want to be on, and going toward a goal with someone. And like you said, all the way from her 30s to almost her 40s, she's given him, that's some precious time in her life that you've been sad to a man that is not your husband.
You should have had your babies by now, okay? We don't want no high risk pregnancies. We should be, we 38. We need to be trying to have some babies right now, okay? We're supposed to be enjoying our lives, not, trying to figure out we're going to get married.
Yeah, I see. I just see a lot of things that will arrive throughout. If and when they get married, there are going to be some issues because they work so hard trying to be perfect in the body, in the mind for each other. Like we're in the dating scene together, but we're dating each other. And why have you been dating a man that you've been in the house with for 9 years? That, and I understand she didn't want to get married, then he didn't want to get married. I understood the whole scenario of that, but it seems to me like during that time, they should not have been living together. She should have went on and experienced her life, and he should have too. Because I think down the line, there's going to be some problems because you still haven't experienced some things that you wanted to throughout the time you were living together. So unless you are really truly set in your mind that this is where you want to be, it takes work, and love is a choice.
Love is
you choose to love somebody.
Absolutely.
And you choose not to. So, when that Kwame thing happened, I'm sorry, but I kind of felt that some of those emotions were genuine that she had going. Women don't hide their feelings very well, because we are emotional beings and we wear our stuff, right out. And so I feel that some of the things Ashley was experiencing with him was some things that may have been missing in the relationship, with Hollywood. And, he gave her something that she had been missing. And it's like that forbidden fruit. Once you taste that fruit and it's good, you want another bite. Let's hope she don't ever bite it again.
Exactly.
Ellie,
hold on, y'all.
Go ahead,
hey,
Ellie.
Hey, two Ellies.
Hey. Listen, Miss Joyce is up here giving all she just preaching a sermon. I didn't even want to step in. I was just taking in some of that wisdom. But I wanted to say something that was on topic, but it was something about what Hollywood said during that live. And he said that Ashley acts her behind off. And I was like, what? And it was in pertaining to, I guess, the arguments that they were having. And he was like, yeah, because she be going in and, she can act her butt off. Da, da, da. But he caught himself. It was almost like, he was like, dang, I wasn't supposed to say that.
Oh, dang, I missed that part.
And it was when they were in the car. So I guess they were sitting outside of whatever club they were all supposed to be going to. He was just, I guess, caught up in having a conversation, talking to everybody, because he was very much, or kept proving like, well, the person you see on TV is not me. This is Al. Al is this chill guy, like the guy that you see on TV. That's Hollywood. So I'm gonna apologize for Hollywood and this, that, and the third. And I don't know. It just gave me great pause. Like, okay, so is this for real, or you guys are playing? Like, did you always have the intentions on being together and staying together? Like, what's going on? I don't know. And so that's what made me think about, like Ms. Joyce said, it's very difficult to hide our feelings, especially when we are feeling somebody. We be all in. And so I agree that I'm not too certain that that Ashley wants to be with Hollywood. I just think it's safe because it's like the person versus the unknown. But I will say that even if she just decided like, nah, I don't want to be with Hollywood anymore, I don't think it's wise for her to jump all the way in with Kwame, because he's going to get hurt. She's going to hurt him.
You think so? Why?
Yeah. Because to go from 9 years of being with someone, those feelings aren't going to die overnight. Like, it's just not.
Good point. Good point.
And she may definitely be wrestling. Like, once she does get over there to the other side of the fence, it's going to be like, well, and then she starts seeing some things in Kwame that she don't like. Oh, girl, she's going to be like, I might as well would have stayed with the nigga I knew. Excuse my language, but yeah. Like, so to Hollywood's point, yes, it doesn't mean that everything that Kwame was doing now, like of course is new, is different, blah blah blah. But will he be able to maintain that or whatever? No, but Kwame is not Hollywood. They're not gonna do the things the same, really. So yeah, that's all.
Good point, though. Good point. So
this is great point.
The thing is, like, and I'm gonna bring this up real quick, y'all, because I know it's kind of off, but on topic with the whole acting thing. I'm starting to get these vibes that all of this is just. I mean, of course, we know it's all for TV, y'all. Okay, it's all for TV, it's all for entertainment. But I really want to know the authenticity of like how these people are being chosen. Do these people have already have platforms, or are they entertainers, or are they coming from like agencies and stuff and now they're going to be on TV acting? Or are we really trying to fix our relationships, or do we really want to fall in love? Like after even after watching Ready to Love, it's kind of like I just want this to be real. I don't want it to be acting. I want it to be real so bad, because we kind of get invested, and it's hard to know the truth because it's like, dang. Okay. Oh, so hey, Ashley. Well, she just answered that question for me. She said, I definitely wasn't acting on the show. I am an actress, but I definitely wasn't acting. So, is the feelings, I got a question for you, Ashley. So what was the potential that you say yes to? Because that made me a little, hesitant when you said I'm gonna say yes to the potential. And I told them if you jump in here, I'm gonna ask you. So since you're here, I'm asking. I just been listening. I've been here. Well, I kind of figured you was in a lingering in a thing, but I've been wondering. Good question. Yeah, we want to know what was the potential you say yes to? I have to click off. What did you say? Oh God. I said, what was the potential you said yes to? Because you didn't seem too sure about saying yes when Hollywood asked you to marry you. Asked them to marry you. I wasn't. You wasn't what? I'm confused. You wasn't what? I should have said. I shouldn't have said. Oh, okay. It came out wrong. Because I really was sitting there like, no, she supposed to be like, yes, I got my man. Not I want to say yes to the potential. I wasn't sure. So you still wasn't sure. So then why did you say yes? Can you let me put the link in, because the texting part ain't gonna work. Right, that's why I say, can you join in really quickly and talk to us for like 2 seconds? Your voice is smooth and so from I sound like a 98-year-old. Yeah, you guys, I'm trying to figure. I did tell y'all if she jump in here, I'm gonna ask her what she meant, because I want to know about the potential. Watch the reunion. I can't. Oh, now you can't. We gotta watch the reunion.
Well, she can't. She can't.
Yeah. Not yet. After the reunion, then. Not yet.
Oh, you done got them in trouble.
I didn't get nobody in trouble. Who I got in trouble?
Like I said, you done got them in trouble. Everybody. from Put a Ring on It to this show? What's the other one? Ready for Love?
I ain't do nothing.
You got them in these streets talking and talking.
Yeah, that's not me. No, that's not me. No, Ashley come up here all the time and she never give away the show because we didn't know what was gonna happen. We still don't know what's gonna happen. That's why we up here talking about it now. Even you said you was on the edge of your seat. Like I said after last week when we were all talking, I was on the edge of my seat. Like I hope they made it because it seemed a little intense. Like maybe they didn't. But I am glad that every couple made it. I just pray that it works out because it does seem like it's going to be a bumpy road for a lot of people. But I do want to tell you, Ashley, that I really, really hope that you let that hurt go and you two can actually move forward and be happy together. And really, be in love and go through the motions. I did want to say that. Okay, what you about to say, Joyce? I'm sorry. Joyce?
I was just going to say that when we were just talking about whether this TV show is real or if it is not, I think that whatever it is, that the people that are watching, the people that are joining on these chats and lives, I think that they should have a takeaway, regardless of what the actors are doing. There should be something you take away from the experience of the show, watching the couples and the things that they're going through.
Right.
I think that you will if you're really into it and you're watching and you're paying attention, there's something you're able to take away from the show, regardless of what it is. Because when I watch TV, I get real deep. So,
you got a TV, but I be trying to tell my husband, he be like, don't start. Like it's my life now. So I know what you mean.
So I think the people on the show are doing their part, and it is a process. And I think that even though we are not going through the process, they are really going through the process. And so we learn from the process they're going through. So I think some young women or men who are actually thinking about putting a ring on it should be watching the show and looking at it, through different views or eyes, so that you can have a takeaway in this. Right. Whether it be actresses or not, there's still something you will take away from the show that you can use or hold on to yourself to remember when something comes up like this. Maybe you get caught up in a relationship and you'll be looking back like, I saw that, put a ring on it. So I always look at stuff like that, interview like that. I need a takeaway. What am I going to take away from this when it's over?
Good point.
I don't know if this show is good for couples, though. To be honest with you, like it worked out for these three, and they was the newbies, the guinea pigs. So nobody knew how it was going to be. But if I'm somebody watching and look, I'll be like, nah. I think these three couples, it worked out, but I don't see it being like that for other couples in the future. Like I see it doing more damage to the couples.
Oh, you mean as far as if they continue going through with this process, that eventually some of these couples are going to find other relationships?
Right. It just caused damage. Like even when Hollywood, I remember I was saying this when Hollywood was like, he don't want to go on a date. He don't want to go on a date. He used to be a player, right? And my thing is like, if he was a recovering addict, you wouldn't put alcohol in front of him. Like you're dangling women. Like obviously he was strong enough, but what if it's a person who got a thing for women or a thing for men, who used to be a cheater? Like you don't put them in those predicaments. Sometimes it's best to remove yourself from them things so you're not tempted. I'm not really liking this setup. Like I only watched it because you talked me into watching this show and the other one. It was a good season. Don't get me wrong, but as far as like joining it, I just don't see why anyone, after seeing what these three couples went through, would want to do it. And see, with Ashley and them, they didn't know what was up because they the guinea pigs.
Mm-hmm. Now going forward, everybody gonna know, like, oh Lord, no. I think the show reveals what's actually what people actually want to do.
But you also got to remember too, Cliff, what you were saying about, not dangling alcohol in front of alcoholics. Sooner or later, you're going to have to walk past the liquor store. So what better way than, face your fears now than be tied up together. And then that same, situation, you still have not gained some kind of control over it. And Hollywood did hold itself well on his dates for someone who has had issues with, I don't know if I'm going to call it issues, but with that being one of the main subjects in their relationship, I guess for him knowing that he liked women. So a lot of women. So maybe that, that was a good thing for them, because at least when they're married now, he's not tempted by that because he's gone through the process where, it's like a relapse. He didn't fail. So
yeah, but
that's
my point is
take away from that, that's something you can take away from the show with him too, that will help with his marriage.
I get what you're saying, and it worked out for him. But with my analogy, like you said, walking past the store, it's different walking past the store and when the alcohol is in your house. Like you're going over and over on different dates with different women, or maybe the same woman, like Michael, was it Michael? Mike did with the same woman over and over. Now you're getting a comfortability with this person. That brings a different ball game. Like I wouldn't want to play that game, is all I'm saying. And I respect Hollywood for not doing it. And I understand. First, I used to be like, well, why are he saying no? But I understand it. I just think it's dangerous to a relationship. I don't see how this is really helpful. I just think this is made for TV, for drama, and just these three couples was able to sustain and not fall into it. And now they're on the path to get married.
But remember,
well, you also got to remember, Cliff, that even with this show, whether it being real life or just television, they now have to face these challenges, even in a marriage or not, because their faces have been all over television. So women are going to come at him, men are going to come at her, and that's for all the women. Tamika, as well as Shay, Mike, you've got people coming at you all the time now. And so I think, once again, another takeaway, you learned how to build trust before if they do get married. Now they have the ring, so they're moving on to a marriage. But, learning how to deal with fame and fortune is also an issue with a lot of married couples. If you haven't struggled together, coming up together, they Ashley and them been together 9 years. Who knows how long Tamika and Vince, Shay and Mike, whatever the situation. But now, if they do go into the marriage situation, at least they've already had to experience the outpour of all these other sexes and, people commenting, because this stuff don't go away overnight just because you're not on the show anymore. So, that's another thing. Another issue now they will have to face, even in marriage. Women going to be just throwing it up in the air, and men going to be, trying to chase her down. So, these are things that strengthen your relationship. So, are you going to be tempted every time you have to go, on a business trip without your mate? Can you be someplace with the same person for 2 or 3 days without being tempted? So I think it showed great restraint in dating the same person more than once. But also, you know, with Mike and Shay, I still didn't think that was gonna make it. Well, we'll see.
We all didn't think they was gonna make
exactly
it. It wasn't just you. We all didn't think they was gonna make it. And I still and I'm gonna stick to true to my word. I still feel like later on down the line, I don't think they're gonna actually get like married. I think they may be engaged for a while. They may live together for a while. They may try it out for a while. But I just don't see the actual marriage happening. Even though I would love for it to happen, I would love for them to work through it. But I'm just saying, my other set of eyes is looking at something different.
And I was just getting ready to say what Ashley and Mia said, that Cliff, like, if he would have gotten the women that was like the baddies, like the baddies that he wanted, then that would be a point. But if you're dangling fruit in front of my face that I don't like to eat, and I just don't like it, you can't really give me that. I mean, you can give me credit, but I wouldn't put too much on it. Like, you're kind of giving him a little bit more sauce than he really deserves, because he didn't like any of those women.
Y'all do realize he's comparing them other women to her, right? That's why he ain't feeling them, because he's comparing them to her.
No.
Cliff. Cliff.
I don't know about
Shorty
that.
got a big. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example.
I'm not gonna say he's comparing them to her. He just knows what he's attracted to, and the woman that they gave him ain't it.
He said on the show, I forgot which girl it was, but how she was attracted. But if he loved his, like, if he wasn't in a relationship, this, that, and third, he would mess with her, right? He said that on the show, or something, not verbatim. Even when he talk about Ashley, no, he was talking about another girl, and he's like, homegirl had a fatty, right? But he said, I wanted like Ashley's. Everything is compared to Ashley. Like, I don't see how y'all don't see it. And that's because he got all these years with her. I'm not denying what he said. If they gave him somebody like this, that, and the third, like, I heard him. I heard it. But what I'm telling you is he's stuck on her. That's all I'm saying. He's stuck on her. So anytime a chick come, she ain't like Ashley. She ain't got this like Ashley. She ain't got that like Ashley. So I think even if he would have got the quote unquote somebody similar to Ashley, it still would have been, she ain't Ashley.
That remains unseen. I would like to have seen that.
Well, you know what? I hope neither one of them see it and they go down that aisle and they be happy. They just need to make sure. I swear for God, Tiffy, you got one more time and you're going on timeout again.
You better not. Leave my girl Tiffy alone.
Yes, I am. This is what I got the power.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is the problem now, okay? All right, you guys. I'm gonna get ready to, wrap this up a little bit. I really appreciate you all coming to talk to me about the show. I think there's a lot of good things that we can take away from this, and I also think there's some things that we can just leave at this. But I do want to say congratulations to all the couples. Like I told y'all when we first started this live, I'm all for love. I'm all for Black love. I feel like if you truly put in the work and you change, you can make your relationship and your marriage work, but you both have to be willing to do it. It can't be one-sided. It has to be both of you. So I mean, I hope I hope we get to the marriage. I hope we get to actually be married and not just have weddings. And well, of course we have a wedding and married, but you know what I mean? I just hope we don't stick with the rings. I don't want us to just be girls with rings. I want married women. So hopefully we get married and have some babies soon. That's all I'm saying. Before we get out of here,
let them get married first. Damn, stop.
Oh no, it's time to have some babies. What you talking about? Let's have some babies. Get married.
No, not.
Huh?
Let them enjoy marriage. They don't need no snotball kid. Let them enjoy marriage.
How old we gonna be having kids?
Chloe, they could wait a couple of years.
We're gonna say that for another show.
I'm just trying to figure out.
Listen, I'm not gonna speak for Ashley enough. But I'm just saying, but you know, if you get married, I wouldn't want to get married and then have a kid right away. Like, let us enjoy us. Maybe for Ashley and Hollywood is different because they got 9 years in. Now that's Ashley and Hollywood. That's not the other 2 couples.
The other 2, but aren't they a little younger too, though? So it's different. When you at a certain age, you got to start having these kids now. We don't got time to wait.
And we don't even know if they want kids.
Well, we know Shay don't want no kids. And I don't know if Tamika want kids or not. But Ashley, you still in this chat, go have the baby. Just do it. It's time to just get it done with. I'm just saying, okay? The older you, the harder the pregnancy is. So just have the baby and be done. I'm just saying. That's just my opinion, y'all. Don't mind me. But
we need to go 10 more minutes to make 2 hours.
We gotta do what? 10 more minutes?
Yep.
Here you go with your rules. 10 more minutes to make. Anybody got anything they want to say for 10 more minutes? Because Cliff think we need 10 more minutes to make 2 hours. And I'm hungry. My food just came. Enjoyed this chat. I enjoy talking to y'all. I really do enjoy talking to y'all. Y'all really be getting me all the way together.
Well, 10 more minutes. I'm going to say this. Okay. And because I'm going to stay on the subject of the show, put a ring on it. So I think that, and I'm going to say this from my experience, I've had a lot of rings. And so when my husband and I got married, about that one day. And when he proposed to me, I was thinking to myself, I'm hoping and praying, he doesn't go all out buying this big elaborate ring. I have a jewelry box full of rings. And so when we got married, we actually exchanged silver bands. We didn't go with the big fancy rings, just one solid silver band. And I felt really great about that because that band shines brighter than anything in the room wherever I'm at, and I love it. And so when, I think women should go ahead and buy yourself a ring so you can get over the excitement, so that when you get engaged and he pull out the ring, the size of the ring don't matter.
You think that's why a lot of people say yes because the size of the ring? They just want the ring?
I think some women do, because when they see that ring, it's hard for them to say no to the ring. And so, but I'm not speaking on these couples, but I am saying that a lot of women do. When they see that ring, they don't care. Whatever you was doing wrong, it went right out the window because they saw the ring and they want that ring on their finger. So this is a takeaway for women. Go ahead and buy yourself a diamond ring and flash it around. And if you need to, just put some on every finger. So when your man want to put a ring on it, you're not going to be so excited that you forget about those flaws, if there are any. You will just love the ring, whatever size it is. I don't understand why people buy $10,000 engagement rings and you don't even own a house.
Okay. That part I don't understand.
So that's my 10 minutes.
So as women, and I'm asking all 3 of y'all. As women, what was more important, the ring or the actual wedding when y'all was going, how y'all look at it? I know, Chloe, you're married, but what was the big thing? Like, you cared more about how your ring was or how your wedding? So I know the marriage come first. I'm not even counting the marriage.
Well, for me, I wasn't really big on either one of them. Like I said, when this is my upgraded ring from my other ring. So it's never been about the rings for me, because I always feel like your ring can always be upgraded when it comes to your financial situations. As your life change, so should, I feel like so should, for me, I feel like in another 10 years, me and my husband should be having more money, and I want a bigger ring and I want this. But that's just as life progress when you plan on spending your life with someone. For the wedding, I wanted, my husband's not real, sociable, like he don't like a lot of people. So we made a compromise because I wanted to wear my dress. So for us, we had 25 people. We had a wedding of 25 people, immediate close friends and family, and that was it. Just so I could, have that experience. Like we still had like the nice, pretty, wedding and all that good stuff, but it was just a small amount of people, which was even better because we saved a lot of money and we got to spend money on the things that we really wanted, like good food, good cake, 4-hour open bar type stuff like that. But for me, none of that. I honestly just wanted to be Mrs. Johnson, if that makes sense. Like after everything that we went through, I felt like I just wanted to be Mrs. Johnson. That was my husband, and I wanted to be able to say that's my husband.
Okay, I respect that. What about you, Ellie? How you feel?
I just bust out laughing. So, I'm not married. I gave my ring back during the engagement.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I definitely dropped hints on the ring that I wanted. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you, honestly. Like, because if I'm wearing it and it's to represent you and us and our union, I want to be proud of it. And
Right.
it's all important to a woman. I mean, like Chloe said, from the time that we're little to the time that we become adults or whenever you get married, I don't want to say like necessarily a fairy tale because everybody's dream is different. I too, Chloe, I didn't want a lot of people at the wedding because I wanted to be a magical experience for everybody because we had put everybody through the through the ringer
Right.
with our situation. So I wanted to celebrate not just us, but everybody, our family coming together. So I wanted 75 people at max. And then I really wanted to dwindle it down from there because it wasn't about the glitz and glam for me of, hey, I'm getting married, showing off. I just wanted people who I trusted, who I love, who was actually there and invested in us to be
Right.
there to celebrate this investment that everybody was participating in.
Right.
We just didn't get down the aisle.
Well, but you knew, like I mean, it's better to have known before you did.
Oh yes, Lord,
Okay, Franny.
because I couldn't do it. Mm-mm.
Hey y'all.
Hey girl, happy New Year.
What's up, Franny?
It's hard for me to talk after Ellie. You know, she sound all smooth like a radio personality, and I sound like a 90-year-old smoker / cartoon character. But but for me, it was very different. As a lot of you guys know, the venue was booked before I was even engaged. Because we were 10 years at that point. I'm like, listen, bro, like,
Yeah.
it's going to happen. We just, we'll make it happen. And so for my family, it's a little bit different. So I'm first generation. My mom's from Jamaica and everybody's here. So like we have parties throughout the year. And at the end of the year for the holidays, we book a venue and it's like 70 of us, just like my side of the family. So there was no way I was going to be able to do sort of a small wedding. Our wedding was about 150, 140, 150. The great thing is my mom, she helped a lot because she won, like, so-and-so babysat you when you were 6. I'm like, all right, like, fine. As long as you pay for her plate, like, I don't care. So that's what happened with that. My husband, so you guys see me, I'm very like social and I'm an extrovert. My husband is the complete opposite. Complete. Cliff, you know how New York dudes are. Like, they don't talk too much. They don't say too much. Like, hello, goodbye. It's funny because people will meet me and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to meet your husband. I'm like, you're going to be underwhelmed because he's not going to talk to you. He's going to say hello. He's going to say a little something here and there, and that's it. So the wedding, I know, was a lot for him because he had to do a lot of talking, and that's not something he likes to do. But I needed to do it for my grandmother because we're very, like I said, my mom's side is Jamaican and very religious. So I was living with my husband before, and she wouldn't even acknowledge that like he was my boyfriend. Oh, how's your friend doing? Like, but she didn't want anybody to know that like we were living together, like shacking up. So I had to do the, you know, the wedding. It kind of was. It's kind of like I spent all that money like for my grandmother. And,
that's what it came down
to us. But like, you know, that's the situation. And although we were living together for 10 years, that paper does change things. We came back from the honeymoon and we saw the paper in the mail. It was like, oh, this is like for real. And then you start adding people on insurance, and you do life insurance, and you do this and you do that. It's interesting. It's interesting, but you know, I am happy, you know, now, obviously, but it was very stressful. If I had to do it again, I probably would not have done it that way. I probably would have just eloped. All that money, like veils are so expensive. Dresses are expensive. Like all that stuff is expensive. And it's just like, and we paid for everything in cash or, you know, debit, whatever. So, you know, it was very expensive and it was a lot of headache and all of that. But at the end of the day, I am happy, you know, I married my best friend. So it worked out perfectly. And it is scary when, you know, you're in a young relationship because as you mentioned earlier, Chloe, you know, who you are at freaking 19, 16, 17, you're different at 30, 31, 32. Right. So, you know, you just have to thank God that the people that you are now are still a good fit for each other.
That's a good point, right? That's a perfect way to say it. The people you are now are still a good fit for each other.
Yeah,
I like that.
And next year, I would have been with my husband more than half of my life.
Yeah, Franny. Like, you got young at what? You got married. You been with your husband since you was 16, right?
I was 16. He was 17, and we got married when we were 27. Around 27, and now I'm 30. We're both 30. Look, I'm like, I don't know how old I am. This damn pandemic. I'm 31. I'm 31, and he turns 32 next month.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that. I know I didn't really watch the show. The show didn't agree with my spirit. I didn't like it. I didn't like how, you know, I don't know. I just didn't feel right about it. But I wanted to make sure I came in here and cut up with y'all, and I missed y'all, and
we missed you too, cutting up with us.
Yeah, I wanted to come in, and you know, I saw that you were live. I haven't really been on YouTube much, but I saw that you were live, and I was like, let me hop in. Even though I'm not watching the show, I can, you know, there's context clues. I can jump in here and there.
Well, our show will be back soon, Franny.
It's coming back.
Right at first sight. What else are people watching?
What else?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What other
In other words, what show?
Oh, I'm thinking about doing what's that show?
The Bachelor.
The Bachelor. Girl, you know how long it's been since I watched The Bachelor?
It premiered tonight, and it's the first black one.
Oh, so I might have to do it.
My best friend's cousin is a contestant.
That's why you want us to do The Bachelor.
No, I watched the show.
Wait, is it a lot of is it a lot of us up there?
Well, I mean, I don't know how it ends, but I know how it ends. You look at him, you're like, oh, he gonna end up with somebody white. But yeah, it's a lot of black. It's a lot of black girls on there for sure. But he's the first black bachelor.
Well, no, we had a black bachelor. Oh, Bachelor. The Bachelorette.
So Rachel was the first black bachelorette, and this literally the Bachelorette just ended like a week ago. And it was a white lady, and she found who she wanted to find, and then they brought a black girl in right after.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna have to go take a look at it.
And I think it'll get your channel a ton of views because Bachelor Nation is intense. It's a huge, like, mad people watch it. Like, think about Married at First Sight and triple it.
Okay. The Bachelor. I gotta take Franny's advice. Franny always be telling me what I should be doing. I be out here just not doing it.
I'm telling you, I typically watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of reaction channels. Like, The Bachelor is top notch. It's like 20 seasons in.
Oh, Bella Collective. Yeah, we watching that too. Okay. Bachelor, but now I gotta go watch it. Bella Collective.
Yeah, I still didn't watch Love Island, but I'm gonna keep that to myself.
No, I told you when Love Island come back, you tell me. I was thinking about that the other day, and you didn't tell me nothing yet, so I'm waiting. You better be the first one on DMV.
Don't forget about Black Lightning when it come back.
Clifford want me to do Black Lightning.
No, but don't, Chloe, do The Bachelor. I promise you.
Okay, let's do it.
Like it's insane. Like the people that tweet the Bachelor stuff, like they get like 20,000 retweets. Like it's a really big show. I know it's not a big show because we don't really see a lot of people that look like us on it, but it's a big show.
Well, I'm gonna give it a shot because he is the first Black Bachelor. That'll work.
All right.
We went past our 10 minutes. We done went past our 10 minutes, y'all. If you are new to this channel after we done had this whole conversation, please subscribe.
Subscribe and like, guys.
Don't forget to like the video. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me, talking to me. Every time we get up here, we'll be up here for too long just talking and going in. Yes, put a ring on it. The reunion is next week, y'all. We're gonna be back next week for the reunion talk. I hope y'all ready for all that's going down. I am going to put out the Bella Collective video tomorrow, so look out for that one. We are going to get into some more of this Married at First Sight commentary, and I'm going to check out the Bachelor and see what that's about.
Yay!
Yes, right.
So you're not doing a selection show.
We did that one just passed.
But you ain't review it.
And I said I wasn't going to in the video.
Oh, I thought you was.
No,
I'm gonna start on that. I'm gonna start on that show tomorrow. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
Which one?
What is it? Did it start already? What is it? The new own show?
Bella Collective?
Yeah, it started already.
They just had like a pre-premiere video episode. So I'm going to do a review on that, which is basically introducing introducing the girls, and then like the little bit of stuff that happened towards the end.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll watch it. I'm going to Virginia end of the week, so I have some stuff to watch on the way there.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that, y'all. So please subscribe if you didn't. We almost at 1,500, y'all. We at 1486. 1487. We almost there. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me, talking to me, giving me your opinions. Like I always say, everybody's opinions are welcome over here. We just going to discuss it, talk it out. Okay, no hard feelings. It's all love. We family. Okay. Yeah. Until next time, you guys. Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.